Hello, this is your astrological predictions for February 2013. And because it's the month of love, we're shooting from the town of Romance, Paris, as you can see. And in this month, I'm going to make an emphasis on your love relationships. For not for everyone, they will be so intense or important during this month, but I will keep with the nature of the month and focus mostly on love. And I want you to check your ascendant, sun, and moon signs astrologically, the holy trinity of astrology, as I keep repeating. In order to know your ascendant sign, you need to know your time of birth, and it's astrologically usually the most correct predictions that you can get, the most specific prediction. Also, if you're a woman in particular, check your moon sign because women respond very strongly to the moon sign that they're born with, the sign where the moon once was in during the period when they were born, during the day, the year, the month, because the moon rules the female body, the emotions, and women are more emotional beings, as you all know. And you also check your sun sign prediction because the sun is your individuality, your particular role in life, a more active side. So the sun prediction will give you also insight, often to do more with your career as well, or with your mom, with that area of life where you can have more conscious influence over, where you can have more control over by your actions. While the ascendant and moon sign, they're somehow a bit more fated. There are things where fate takes over and things happen to you where you don't have much control over circumstances. In order to find out your ascendant and moon sign and write down not only the signs but the degrees that those are on, go to my website astrolada.com where I have a birth chart calculator. Go there, enter your details, mark the exam degree and a sign of ascendant and moon, and listen to the three predictions. If you don't have time for the three, at least listen to the ascendant sign prediction because it's very correct astrologically. Hi, Virgos. Yeah, love horoscopes and actually general horoscope as well for February 2013. And first of all, where is the planet Venus for you this month? Well, Venus is the planet of relationships and love. And it's in the sixth house, which is the house of imbalances and enemies. So you have to warn you, maybe for a few days, not for the whole month, but maybe for a few days for each of you, especially if your ascendant is in Virgo. There might be periods of not so much easy relationship with the partner, where the partner turns into an enemy, where the partner turns into a source of irritation or into a source of obstacle, or it turns into kind of something that you have to fix or you have to deal with, or a bit of a nagging influence as well. Because sixth house, when Venus is in the sixth house, Venus is love and relationship and appreciation, and sixth house wants to fix everything. So you cannot have appreciation if you always at the same time, if at the same time you want to fix something, if you just see its imperfections, because sixth house is kind of a house of Virgo. So during this period, you might feel a bit like more judgmental towards a partner, a bit more intolerant, or a bit more. I'm not saying this will break up your relationship. The influence is not strong enough to do it. Every year, Venus is in your sixth house for a few weeks, and it's not like you break up with your partner every year. But it's not the easiest position for Venus when it transits, and it gives a bit of disruptions or a bit of irritation with the partner, and a bit of especially criticism from him or from you, a bit of nagging as well, but nothing over the top. And the relationship becomes a little bit unbalanced as well. Also, Venus shows wherever it is, it shows where you can find love in this period, and where you can find appreciation for what kind of people. And sixth house represents all those marginal people which need fixing. Maybe not junkies, prostitutes, not that extreme, but people who are maybe socially in need, more poor, the needy. So you might have more appreciation for the poor, for those in need, for those who need a helping hand. So you might give your appreciation by giving service to such people, by helping financially, by helping them with some material issues, by giving advice in some way. And this is where your appreciation is, or also where you can meet someone as well. and it's when Venus is in the sixth house, you can love can come from unexpected sources where someone below your station, for instance, someone that is weaker than you, someone that you might have to take care of. You might feel in such a way as to be more, um, you know, to try and be more of service to others, so to be attracted to people who are a bit more marginal in some ways, who are a bit more, uh, as I said, you're not gonna be falling with alcoholics or prostitutes. It's a bit extreme, but something of this more disruptive nature of a person can be you can find attractive, or you can actually find attractive and be find romance can come out of an argument. That's another way to put it. For instance, someone can irritate you someplace in the cinema or wherever you are, or outside, or you have an argument with someone, and then this can trigger your desires. So it's a bit of a twisted angle to it when Venus is in the sixth house. Or you might have an argument with your partner, and out of this irritation and argument, you can have a passionate love afterwards, you know. And also, two other planets are activating your seventh house of relationships. So again, it's another influence. It comes to do with relationships in your life, Virgos. And this is the planets Mercury and Mars. And Mercury and Mars in the seventh house, any planet which transits in the seventh house, you have a chance to meet someone in your life who is depicted by the qualities of that planet, because seventh house rules other people and relationships. And first of all, Mars is the whole period there. And Mars type of people might be someone more Aries like or Scorpio like, someone more. It doesn't have to be Aries or Scorpio, but it can be with such qualities more. Masculine, strong, more strongly opinionated. And I'm not saying that this will be the lover that you meet and you stay with for whole your life, but you can attract more people in your life right now during this period with more martial energy, so more bossy, more pushy, more overtly sexual. Mars is an overtly sexual, masculine planet. Masculine sexuality, or even if it's a woman that you meet when Mars is transiting your seventh house, she will be like overtly sexual, and she goes after you, you know. So you can be the passive figure, because the partner that you attract will have those energies of chasing after you, those influence of chasing after you, this martial energy. And also when Mars transits the seventh house, always, at least I've noticed it in my horoscope, it's you just become more turned on and horny, you know, to be direct. This is what happens. Seventh house is the house of union with another person, so it's the house of intercourse. And Mars is the most sexual planet. Venus is affection, that we talk about, affection and relationship. And as we said, it's in your sixth house of unbalanced relationships, you know, so you might be feeling more affectionate towards people in need. You might be feeling more, or as I said, with your marriage partner or relationship partner, there can be some criticism. But when Mars is in the seventh house, this is when your raw sexual energies are very much triggered, and you have a desire to get it on. You know, even if your marriage has been dry for a few months, or your relationship now, especially if your ascendant is in Virgo, Mars goes into a seventh house, and you just feel horny and you have a desire, or your partner, you feel that your partner sexual juices are increasing, so he goes after you a bit more than other times and goes for it the more intense way, you know, not the loving, doffing way, but like, you know what I'm talking about. Oh my God, it's turning quite censored, that prediction for 2000 for February for you Virgos, and Virgos being the more buttoned down sign. Well, not this month, obviously, and especially if having arguments turns you on with Venus in the sixth house. And seventh house, as I said, is how you in relationship with others, and Mars is an anger planet. So, you know, actually even your sexual juices can be triggered. Again, it's a double whammy influence by arguments with the partner, by some stresses. And it's not enough to break up a relationship, those influences. It's enough to put strain on it, so you have to be careful. They are not the easiest of relationships. But also Mercury is in your seventh house. So Mercury is the planet of communication. So even if you have tension due to Mars, because it's an aggressive anger planet, because Mercury is also there, you have a chance to repair whatever damage Mars does through argument or through stresses, through too much strongly opinionated and short temper, because this is what Mars is. Mercury will have the uh, cleverness to spin things around and to communicate them and to give you the desire to communicate them and to talk things through, even if with a bit more sharper words you do it. But you will have, especially because Mercury turns retrograde, it means it starts moving backwards, where you can revisit something, put energy, transform it, restructure it, improve it somehow. And Mercury can help you manage your relationships more efficiently. Mercury is a manager, and be clever about your relationship this month. So there is a bit of calculativeness also when it comes to relationships. But it is, let's not talk only about relationships. Let me quickly tell you as well. Planets in the sixth house are very positive for your work. And as we said, Venus is in your sixth house and Sun is in your sixth house. Sixth house is a practical house of service, of work. So for you Virgos, it's a good month to attend to details. You'll become more Virgo-like actually. You already have Virgo, ascendant, Sun, or Moon, and when your sixth house is triggered, sixth house is the house of Virgo. So more Virgo qualities come about. You become more perfectionist, more self-critical towards yourself, pushing yourself harder when it comes to details, to pay attention to details, to improve to improve any kind of work and your skill in anything you're doing, working behind the working behind the scenes now, just getting down to the dirty work and getting the practical work get out of the way. You're not looking for recognitions right now. They're not gonna come if you're trying, to. Well, Jupiter is in your 10th house. It can come 2012 overall, 2013 as well. Till June, you still have a chance to shine your career, but you feel in a very practical mode as well. And with the Mars and Mercury in your seventh house, there is a lot of attention to partnering up with others for career projects. So, if you're working in services where you work with other people, it will be a very busy month for you. With clients as well, Mars is the planet of activity and action, and seventh house is clients, people that you exchange services and goods with. It's not only because you exchange things in relationships, you exchange maybe sex, or you exchange as partners things, but also in business relationship you exchange things, money for services. So it's also this area of your life is activated. So if you're a business consultant or advisor or psychologist or doctor working with other people, it becomes a very busy month for you. Be careful that you don't have some stresses with clients because of the Mars energy. As I said, all relationship can be a bit triggered, but because of Merc you can be clever and get out of it well. And also Mercury is the manager. Seventh house is to do with private business with other people, So you have a great month ahead for you in February and part of March for projects, for business projects, for any kind of business deals. It's great actually for signing documents. People say don't sign documents when Mercury is retrograde. Well, it's not true actually. Mercury is stronger when it's retrograde. So sign documents then and do deals and buy cars or whatever. Sign. Do the work that mercurial work, which is intellectual work, especially in business relationships. So it's quite a positive month to do with those activities of your life. So thank you so much, Gemini, Virgos. It's a bus of many tourists here, which are distracting me a little bit. But thank you so much. And if you want answers to specific questions about your love life or relationships or career, you can always contact me or my psychics on my website astrolada.com, and the readings are starting from $14 for relationship reports or $20 for reading with one of my great psychics that I found from all over the world. And they're amazing. I consult them regularly, even though I'm an astrologer, so they're quite good. Thank you so much.